What's the most ridiculous thing you've heard someone say should be illegal? I worked with a woman who loudly declared one day fiction should be illegal, as books and movies confuse people about what's real. She just seen 2012 and was concerned people would confuse it with reality. Then again, the job after that there was a woman who thought Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter was based entirely on real events. Yet somehow you're the office psycho. My first ex thought money should be illegal. My second ex thought being homeless should be illegal. It's actually illegal in some counties to be homeless. Having a different opinion than you. I heard someone say the other side's politicians should be lined up and shot. It's like, no, god damn it no. Thank God you are not a politician. That is how dictatorships start. I've been told that not selling printer ink for a printer that isn't made anymore and hasn't been for a couple years should be illegal. I've been told that it should be illegal to sell games that are not available on all consoles when someone wanted the latest Zelda game for a PlayStation quite a few years ago. I've been told that not having cash in a register should be illegal. So many more. So many years of retail. Not wanting children. My sister thinks it would be okay to force every woman to have at least one child. Work with trauma victims, several of whom are where they are due to parents not wanting them. Just tried to have a session with a kid whose mother didn't answer her phone for the 4th time in a row. Hasn't spoken to him in a month. Kid is 11. It sucks. Encryption. Context. Pedophiles who encrypt their computers. Some people seriously thought that all encryption should, and could, be banned. Too bad they forgot we use it to secure our money, communications and basically everything. I used to be extremely religious, and my junior year of high school I wrote an essay as to why divorce should be illegal. You know those moments where you wanna go back in time and punch yourself in the face? That's pretty much my existence up until I moved out of my parents' house. As a Jehovah's Witness at age 12, I once engaged in a school debate where I argued against gay marriage. I look back now as a gay atheist with mixed feelings about that. Pant sagging. My father truly thinks you should be imprisoned if you sag your pants at all. If they are below your waist, you deserve to be in prison for 3 years minutes. Like, yeah, it looks stupid, but is it really something we should deem illegal and throw people in prison over? It's kinda funny if you think about it. A lot of people are in prison for 3 years or longer because they couldn't run away properly and evade arrest due to sagging pants. Various ways a woman can dress, with or without regards to her body. Why the law should interfere with anyone's appearance is incomprehensible to me. Serving spaghetti without garlic bread. This one should be illegal. It should be illegal for anything but a white male to be president, a relative whom I had, up until that moment, considered somewhat respectable. A classmate said that immigration should be illegal in Canada. 99% of the inhabitants are here because of their grandparents, or parents migrating here. His parents had moved here from Egypt. It's like a long line of people, each of which think that the exact right place to cut the line is right behind them. In the middle of a discussion on how stop teen pregnancy, underage kids buying condoms, the person in question was not particularly religious or abstinence only. I just stared at him. But then they'll decide to not have sex. My grandmother thinks it should be illegal and punishable by death to sign an enlistment contract with a special operations force. Her reasoning is that anyone morally depraved enough to willingly become a special operator cannot be trusted with the training and weapons that they get. The only special operators should be the types who you have to put on suicide watch after their first engagement. Anything less is a ticking time bomb of highly effective mass shooters who would survive to do it again and again. She gets the idea that special operators would have to be morally depraved from the fact that they shoot civilians intentionally. That is, civilians meaning people not associated with any government. She recognizes that they as a policy don't intentionally target non-combatants. This leaves me wondering why she thinks that's a problem more than conventional war. My new roommate said it was violating her rights as an American that our apartment complex can control our electronic thermostat. I overheard someone in the office tell another co-worker that it should be illegal to travel to space. Like, What? This is the same weirdo that said it should be illegal for co-workers to flirt with other co-workers. Just because I'm complimenting Brad's hair for not having any split ends does not mean I'm flirting with him. He just happens to have a nice chest, nice lips, a long tongue, a great personality and nice hair. What's the problem with me commenting on his hair? Username checks out. A guy I worked with told me a black guy we saw should go to jail for wearing a hat that said "C" on it. I've also heard a few people say we should re-enslave black people. Me and a friend were walking into an exotic supermarket, Jungle Gyms, and in front of us were two teen girls wearing short shorts and some sort of short tops. Friend says, "That should be illegal." I said, "It is." Dude, Jungle Gyms freaking rules. When I was 15, during a conversation about gay people, one of the guys said in all seriousness, "Did you know that's not even illegal?" Not should be illegal but is illegal in Alabama and Mississippi is having a miscarriage. I found this out yesterday and still can't wrap my brain around this. The logic, not saying I agree, is it's a suspicious death that needs to be investigated to make sure it was not, in fact, an illegal abortion. They can't prosecute you for something that simply happens, but they do investigate, or can. A great uncle told me that my Nintendo DS should be illegal, and that kids these days spend way too much time playing that garbage. His great uncle told him kids those days spent way too much time reading comic books. Whether you agree with it or not, you can't legislate morality and people have the right to do what they want, both on the creation and consumption ends. A vegan acquaintance I once knew when I was around 10 told the group that he thinks it should be punishable by death for eating meat. Eat the vegan and the problem goes away. Sweet friend I had in high school was always super cheerful and friendly to everyone. He played guitar in this Christian band and would come to our drama club meetings sometimes. At one such meeting someone mentioned that so and so was gay, and it flipped a switch in him. Got all red-faced and angry and started screaming that sodomy is a crime against God and that anyone who engages in it should face capital punishment or life in prison just like pedophilia. Everyone just stared at him with their jaws dropped open, and he excused himself. I recently looked him up on Facebook, haven't seen him in more than 10 years and yes, in case it's not obvious, he's gay and married, and their wedding was super flamboyant. When I think back to it I feel really bad that it wasn't obvious to us, and that he was consumed with so much hate for who he was. Wish we could have been there for him. 2. This is a good one for me. My dad is a goldmine of these. He complains a lot, especially about things related to ads. He said it should be illegal to show the same commercial twice in one commercial break. He also said it should be illegal to have ads you can't skip before YouTube videos. When I tell him about ad-free services such as Netflix or YouTube Red, he refuses to pay for them. And then, being a right-brained guy himself, he bemoans the fact that it's so hard for creative people to get decently paid in today's society. He fails to see that the way he acts is the exact reason why. He said it should be illegal to show the same commercial twice in one commercial break. TBH. I agree with him. That crap is straight up annoying. I once saw the same dang commercial play 3 times in one break. I had a teacher that told me that metal music should be illegal. Can you guess why? Because apparently it isn't music. I've heard from several family members that there needs to be a law where welfare recipients should be forced to take birth control or sterilized after having a certain amount of kids. The sad thing is, a lot of Aboriginal women are forcibly sterilized. It's disgusting. Voting for Obama in the 2012 election if you already voted for him in the 2008 election. They said no person should be allowed to vote for the same candidate multiple times. I'm guessing they liked Ronald Reagan, though. My grandma truly believed that mingling among races should be illegal, not just marriage, relationships, etc. She honestly believed that if you were of different races you shouldn't even speak to each other. My grandma also considered Italians to be of a different race, and she always said the Irish may as well be another race. She considered anyone who came to the US after the late 1800s to be worthless immigrants too. So yeah, she thought talking to people of other races should be illegal. Islam. I have seen a lot of people say that the West should ban Islam. You can't ban a religion followed by 1/4 of the world. 3 days after Newtown, dude in a bar in NJ was trying to impress his lady by loudly exclaiming how all gun ownership should be illegal, and owners that oppose this should be shot in the backyard. The footage aired on the 5 o'clock news. Weird. One reason we have the Second Amendment is just in case the government tries to round people up to shoot them in the backyard. One day I was at my grandparents' house and they watch the History Channel a lot. Ancient Aliens was on. The guy with the crazy hair from the Aliens meme was saying that God, angels, Jesus, etc. from the Bible were actually aliens. My grandfather, being extremely religious, is absolutely appalled and goes on a 5-minute rant about how people shouldn't be allowed to say things like that. His crazy stuff interferes with my crazy stuff. My friends once said that the KFC Double Down should be illegal because it isn't healthy. That's right. They believe that a sandwich without a bun should be illegal. My grandfather takes the cake with us in my family. He believes that any and all left-wing US politics should be illegal to broadcast on the radio or television. He religiously watches right-wing shows and listens to them too. My dad and I always laugh when he doesn't understand the double standard he is saying. I've heard everything from sagging pants to video games targeted at adults to owning rifles. Everyone out there has one thing or another that offends them to see, so they feel justified in forcing their worldview on others. Caffeine. I was working at a minimum wage job with a guy who graduated college studying nuclear medicine, which I'm no expert but seems like a field where most jobs would want more than a bachelor's degree. He would always try to lead people into discussions about his field to prove that he was smart. Nobody gave a crap because he was still working a minimum wage job like the rest of us. Anyway, one day he tried to get on some topic about making tobacco illegal because he knew since he studied it, and he says if it were up to me, tobacco, alcohol, marijuana and caffeine would all be illegal. It's amazing to me how somebody can be so smart and so completely stupid at the same time. I was told that charging $1 more for fried okra or sweet potato fries at my restaurant is illegal. Not even should be, but I was indeed breaking the law. It shouldn't be illegal for them to do that, she said to me in a hush, nodding toward a family of Mexicans speaking to each other in Spanish. Condom commercials on cable television. My mom tries hard to be cool but she's really not, and sometimes crap like that just kinda spills out. Like, Mom, condoms are amazing. You definitely want more people to be using them, and it's not even network television. Also, your kids are over 30. Get over all of the things. My father has been working as a police officer for about 15 years. He was put on courts for about a year as his assignment. This meant he was on security in court hearings or in jury sessions. So one day there was a jury court picking. This is where all the people summoned by the court to be picked for the jury come and they are sorted out to find the 12 that will be on the case. Most people have pretty good reasons on why they can't serve, have kids to take care of, night school or whatever. But some people make the most ridiculous reasons on why they can't be a juror. Some judges will accept the BS reasons and the good ones will just have this "I can't believe you said that" look on their face. It's worth noting that the particular case that the jurors were being picked on was about a person who resisted arrest of an officer and proceeded to hit the officer in the face. So this woman comes up and the judge asks her some simple backroad questions for a couple minutes. Then he asks her if there are any reasons why she shouldn't serve on the jury. The woman says that she will be biased on the case because she believes that it shouldn't be illegal to punch someone, that you should be allowed to punch anyone you want. My freshman year I wrote a 7-page essay on how it should be illegal to have a school bus stop be a mile away from a student's house. Colorado regulations listed a mile as the maximum distance between a stop and a student's house, and I hated that mile walk to my house. My half-brother is all messed up over my mom and his dad getting divorced. He recently told me that divorce should be illegal. That's how a lot of Henry VIII's wives ended up beheaded. My friend once said that he believed all interracial marriages shouldn't happen and should be stopped. He was speaking to me, who is German Chinese, and my friend, who was Chinese Indian. For the following 120 seconds, I tried to detect if there was a hint of humor in that statement. There was none. To be fat and in swimwear in public. for both genders. Overweight women shouldn't be allowed to be in bikinis and overweight men shouldn't be allowed to be shirtless. This was my brother. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.